Hi everyone, this is Ellen, and today I'm going to be doing a yarn review of yarn from a company called Hobbii. Spelled upside down, H-O-B-B-I-I. You can go to HOBBII.com and see all their lovely yarn. So anyway, I am new to Hobbii. I learned about them from Bago Day Crochet on YouTube, and she's right. That cake of yarn that she showed was absolutely stunning. It was gorgeous. I fell in love with it as well. So I went to Hobbii and I saw their yarn cakes, and I decided to give them a try. I ordered a few cakes and some balls, and I'd like to show them to you today. And I loved them so much that I indeed placed another order, and I'll be opening up this bag as well. Let me first start with what I already have worked with so I can tell you what I think about this yarn. So the first yarn we're going to look at is called the Twister yarn, and it is 55% cotton, 45% acrylic, and this yarn is made by Hobbii. It mentions that you should use a 3.5 to 4 millimeter crochet hook or a 2.5 to 4 millimeter knitting needle. I'm more of a crocheter, so I'm going to be showing you crochet projects today. So this one is called, the color is called Galaxy, was it called Galaxy Deluxe or Galaxy something or other? I can't remember, but you can find it on their website. It's gorgeous. I picked this one up for my daughter. She said, "Ooh, I love those colors," when we were looking at the website. So we're still trying to figure out what to do with this cake for her. So there's this. Cannot wait to work with it. For myself, I purchased a cake of yarn, the Twister, from in a colorway called Jungle. And this is the Jungle colorway. I've already finished this shawl, and I absolutely love it. The colorway begins with a really super dark navy, almost black, and the gradient goes down into, it starts to mix with some reds, has a little bit of a pinkish glow as well. You start to mix in with those reds. It goes further down into more red. And then as you continue onto the gradient, some blue gets mixed in, some lighter blue. And it becomes sort of a teal as it goes into green. Isn't that lovely? And it goes into a very, very super light green. Actually, there's still some yarn left over from this skein in just the super light color. Just that light portion that you see. And I think I'm going to take that portion and use that to make some tassels. It's going to do some of the light in here. Maybe, maybe not. All right, we're going to have that light. So anyway, this really is an absolutely stunning yarn. I can say about the Twister that it was really, really easy to work with. I'm not accustomed to using small crochet hooks. For this shawl, my Fade into Spring shawl, I used a 3.25 millimeter crochet hook. And it took me a few days to make. I won't lie, it took a while. It took longer than normal. But it's just, I love it. I just love wearing it. The drape, I wish you could just see this drape. I mean, look at that. It just drapes. But anyway, this yarn is wonderful. Twister, definitely get that. Also, what I received was 100% cotton. I got one of their Twirls Deluxe. Now the Twirls Deluxe, this is what I have left over of this skein. This one is called Azurite, and it is made by Cotton Kings. And they recommend a 4 millimeter crochet hook or a 2.5 to 3.5 millimeter knitting. Now, these might not be millimeters. These might be the numbers designated. So really use your common sense. I wouldn't probably use a 4 millimeter crochet hook, so it really probably is the number designation for the hooks and not the actual millimeters. For this shawl that I'm working on right now with this Cotton Kings Twirls Deluxe, I am using a 3.75 millimeter hook, and it's working nicely. Let me show you the shawl. Now this is a beautiful gradient from this super, super light green, which I believe hints at yellow, but it's just a little bit of kiss of green. And I'm not a huge fan of yellow, so I'm fine with there just being a hint of it. So it hints that there's yellow, but then it turned into a green. And then here we have a gradient that goes into a little bit of a darker green, a little bit of a darker green, and we start to incorporate some blue in there. And we go and we get a little bit more blue and more blue and more blue, and it's going to continue and get darker with more and more blue. And I'm having a lot of fun with this shawl. This shawl, I saw a tutorial from Fiber Spider on YouTube, and I think it's called the Rivulet shawl, so check it out. He did it with Caron cakes or some other worsted weight, yarn, but I used this super light. Anyway, you can just sort of see it a little bit. It's a beautiful pattern for this yarn because it really shows off the gradient with those lines, those rivulets flowing down. It's accentuating the gradient, and it looks great on. This shawl really nicely drapes across the front of the body. So check that out. Fiber Spider on YouTube. Rivulet shawl. Okay, so that's the Cotton Kings Twirls Deluxe, which is 100% cotton, and also the Twister, which is a cotton acrylic blend. To me, I feel like they were similar to work with. The cotton is a little bit, I don't want to say sticky, I want to say it's stickier but it's not really very sticky. But you know how cotton kind of sticks? It's a little bit harder to work with cotton, generally speaking. So this is the nicest cotton I've ever worked with. So I wouldn't call it sticky, but it does stick a little bit more than the Twister does, which is a blend. So just keep that in mind. This blend really still does have a lovely, lovely cotton feel to it. Some more cotton I received. Ooh, these rainbow 100% cotton. These little 50-gram balls of cotton are lovely. They're not as soft as the Cotton Kings Twirls or Twister, but they are still pretty soft and lovely to work with. This is sort of like a DK weight here. They call this the 8-4 quality. I don't really understand what that means. I'm going to have to look that up. But I believe the 8-8 quality might be a little bit thicker. And I think I have some of that on order, so we'll find out. But anyway, I've got these two colors. Again, my daughter really liked these colors, and I am making her a bag. I am making her this bag. It is my first attempt at tapestry crochet. It's a really, really neat pattern by Kristen Omdahl on YouTube. Check out her tutorials. They are really, really great. I enjoy watching her. So this is her pattern, and the sides are going to just keep going up. It's basically a drawstring bag, and then there's going to be a really, really neat pattern at the top, and I'm still trying to figure out if I'm going to do her handles or if I'm going to do something on my own. Not sure yet. Going to see how much yarn is left over, but this yarn has gone a long way. They're center pull, and so far, you know, I've got this much from these two little 50 gram balls. So I feel like I'm getting a lot of bang for my buck with this yarn. But it's really super soft, just lovely to work with. I've had no problem with splitting with any of these yarns. I have to say I am in love with these Hobbii yarns. And for this tapestry bag, I am using a 3.5 millimeter hook. I'm keeping all my hooks with my projects, so I don't forget. I should probably write these down. Actually, part of the reason I'm making this video is so that I can remember all this, because what I did was I got this yarn in about 2 weeks ago, and I had to start a ton of projects, you know, all at once. I was like, I need to try all the yarns. So I started this bag, I started this shawl, and I started and completed this shawl. So that's a lot to do. I've just been sort of crocheting like a mad woman. And I need to slow down because my hands are starting to hurt. So instead, I'm making this video and talking about the yarn. In this time, I also made a poncho. I made a complete poncho. And let me show it to you. And this is also with, I've got a brooch on there because I wanted to see how this brooch would look. This is an antique comet pin that my husband gave me for Valentine's Day one year that I absolutely love. It's moonstone. And I just thought it would look really beautiful here. Plus the yarn color, the change right there, I really didn't care for. So I was like, oh, I'll cover it up with a comet pin, and it's perfect. It's just basically kind of like this green right here, but it's a little bit of an uglier, lighter spot right there. But it's in the perfect place where I would normally wear a brooch. So it works just fine. So I made this poncho for myself. This is my first poncho. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a poncho. Just your typical V-neck poncho. I made fringe, and you can see some of the colors of the yarn and the fringe. So this yarn is called Cookie. And Cookie is a lovely acrylic. Let's see. Now I have to admit, I ate all the cookies. I ate most of the cookies. All I have left of the cookies is this. It came, see cookie? This was wrapped around the cookie cake. Cookie is 100% acrylic. It was tested for harmful substances. That's really good to know. If I was making something for a baby or something, I'd really like to check that out. There does seem to be a dye lot here. It's a 5-weight yarn. It's 200 grams, about 600 meters, come in a cake. And they recommend a crochet hook of about 4 to 5.5 millimeters. I used a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook to make my poncho. Now, this is all that's left, but look at these beautiful colors. Look at that. Can you see? Can I adjust this light at all? Can I make it light in here? I don't know. I'm trying to adjust the light in here, trying to make it brighter. There. Can you see these colors? I feel like all the prettiest colors got left in this ball. I mean, the colors in my poncho are beautiful, and now I need to figure out what to do with this little cookie that's left over, this little cookie crumb. So any suggestions that, I don't know, it's probably about 30, 40 gram, maybe 50 gram ball here of what to do with this little cookie. I need a little project for that, or to incorporate it with something else. The color of this cookie is Bohemian. And it's very, very light acrylic. Like this poncho is super light. I think it's like more for show, which is why I didn't make it too huge. You know, I made it sort of like a 3/4 sleeve poncho. I'll see if I can pop up a picture of myself wearing it so you can see what I'm talking about. And so I could have made it larger. I could have used both. I used 1.5 or so cakes to make my poncho. So you actually get a lot of yarn. And I think I paid for the cookie around $8 and change. It was on sale. I think that they are still having a sale right now, so check it out on hobbii.com. Let's see, in terms of price, also the little, these little skeins, these were just a couple dollars each. These were not expensive at all, and they come in a wide assortment. And Hobbii has specials where you can buy like a package of 10 of these balls for a really great discounted price. And some of them times they have a mystery package where they're even cheaper. So check it out. I think with Hobbii, you always have to just check and see what sort of sales they have going on. The most expensive yarn that I purchased was the Twirls Deluxe, because it was, I think it was on, I got it for, at the time I think I got it for about $23. Now they're on sale for $15. Which brings me to my next. So I saw they were having a sale after I already received this order. And unfortunately, at the time, a lot of the colors were gone. So I can't even remember what I have in this bag, but I'm going to open it up and show you. Because here's the thing. I actually placed another order a couple days ago. So I have another order coming in. So I don't really remember. I do remember one thing. This Havana that's in here. I fell in love with that. So let's see how pretty this Havana is. Really, I think this is my favorite yarn now. So they sent me, a package within a package. You know, they had some sort of free thing. Maybe that's what this is. That they include. Yeah. This was unnecessary packaging, in my opinion. What are you going to do? So with my order, I got a packet of free stitch markers. So these will come in. I already have a ton of stitch markers, but I end up having a lot of works in progress now that I found Hobbii. So I need these to mark my space. So cool. Definitely will use those. So here we go. This is the Havana. Ooh, isn't that gorgeous? I fell in love with these cakes, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I got 2 of them. I got 2 of them because I just think this is just the most gorgeous colorway. Look at that. It's almost like a rainbow, but not quite. You know, it's got some browns and yellows, sort of a hint of like, you know, reddish burgundy into the oranges and the yellows. It's all tweeted throughout. I'm really dying to see how this crochets up. They recommend a 3.5 to 4 crochet hook. I'm going to assume that's millimeters. You know, it probably isn't, but that was the same held true for the Twirls Deluxe, and I used a 3.5 millimeter, and that's working fine. So, you know, it feels like it's thinner than a DK. It's more like a fingering weight. But this one, actually, the Savannah, feels a little bit thicker than the Twirls Deluxe. So I think you might even be able to get away with a 4. But that, you know, I'm trying to make things that are drapey. If you don't want drapey, you'll want to go down. So you'll want to do some swatches for sure with these yarns. They're really not marked in terms of how we're used to in the United States. These cakes have this cute little tag that you pull. They're center pull, and you pull it, and it says start. Easy. Easy start. So I don't know why that makes me laugh, but it does. So yeah, I paid full price for these. They're new. I love them. It was my gift to myself. My birthday was just recently. So yeah, that's my excuse. Let's see. So that's the only cake I got because they have since gone on sale further, and I have since placed another order. So I'm going to be getting some more cakes in, maybe in a week or so. But that's, you know, I felt like this was splurging. A few other things I got is I really wanted to try this. This is called Spring, and it is made with 31% har, 69% bamould, which I believe is cotton and flax. This is supposed to be a sustainable yarn, and it is made in Italy. It's 50 grams, 115 meters. And look how gorgeous these colors are. And the swatch that they had knitted up on the website is just gorgeous. So basically, I want to try this out. I have a project idea for this yarn, but I wanted to try it out because it's not cheap. I probably would need 10 or 11 balls to make the project. And it's not inexpensive, so I wanted to try one out and see how it works before I invested all that money. These run between $4 and $5 each, so they're not inexpensive, but it is sustainably made. It is very special. It's made by Mayflower. It's just, I mean, it feels, I wouldn't say it's super soft. It's not as soft as the cotton cakes for sure. And it's not as soft as the DK yarn that I'm making my tapestry crochet bag with. But it's not rough either. And, you know, I've never worked with flax before, so this will be really interesting. I just absolutely love these colors, though. Okay, and then we have this yarn called Elise. I wanted to give this a try. This Elise yarn is 60% cotton, 40% acrylic. It is a size 3 yarn, so it's about a DK weight. They recommend a 4mm crochet hook. And yeah, I mean, I just love these colors. I was like, no, this seems like a nice cotton blend to give it a try. I want to see how I like it. And if I like it, I will get more. If I don't, then I won't. But I really can't see how I'm not going to like all these yarns. It really depends on, will I find a project for them? Because right now I can already tell I like this yarn. This is a really nice basic cotton blend yarn. I wouldn't say it's super soft, but it's not unsoft either. It feels like your typical cotton. That's not mercerized, of course. It's not super fluffy. But it's not a rough cotton either. And then I got an assortment of cottons. So these, I got 2 of each. Did I? I can't remember if this was a deal where I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think, no, I paid for these separately. I figured that I would be able to mix and match these cotton yarns and make a bag, make kind of a groovy 60s type bag. They say that, let's see, this is made by Cotton Kings, which I'm already a fan of because Cotton Kings makes that Twister Deluxe that I'm making that green to blue faded shawl with, and I just, it's divine. So I'm already a fan of Cotton Kings. This is, about the same weight. It's about that fingering weight, and they're recommending a 2.5 to 3 crochet hook there. And let's see. I think these are made in Turkey for Hobbii, which is located in Denmark. They don't say Turkey on here, but I think Cotton Kings is made in Turkey because I think I saw that somewhere else. And yeah, let me get the invoice here, see if I can tell you the colors. Let's see, we have oh, I just got a bunch of different colors. I'm not even sure they're all supposed to match. They're all just different. So if you want to find this on the website and look at the different patterns they have for this, you would look up Cotton Kings 8/4 print. I got the colors Kensington, Windsor, York, Rivington, Balmoral, and Hepscott. And yeah, these seem really nice. They seem pretty soft. They're similar to the little rainbow cotton balls that I'm working my tapestry crochet with. So these seem like they're going to be lovely to work with. I'm thinking I might get like a darker solid to do stripes in between these colors. So I'm planning my project, but first I wanted to get them all. I think that my favorite color so far is this one. This is really pretty. This color is, let's see, do they even write colors on there? No, this is color 7, but you can look up color 7 and see which one it's called. And this one is color 9. And this one is color 15. And this one is color 19. And this one is color, 18. And this one is color 2. So really lovely. And they were not too expensive, like a couple dollars each. Let's see what it says in the invoice. Oh, they don't put the prices on the invoice. But I remember them being a couple dollars each. They weren't too bad. I'm not sure if that was a sale or not. But they're little 50 grams. The color of this Havana, because I didn't say so before, is 404. There's another color they have too. I think it's called Daffodil, and I think I'm in love with that as well. I'm going to see how this works for me, and then I might get some more. So will I order from Hobbii again? I have ordered from them again, and I have another package coming. So yes, I do think I'm going to order from them. I think I have coming a few different cakes, and also a few other yarns I want to just try out, so I know in the future if I wanted to try out some yarns that seem like they're their basic stock, so that I can know if I like them, I can know they're there to order from. But then again, I've only just discovered Hobbii like a month ago. So, you know, whether or not they keep the same yarns in stock for a long time, I just don't know. So there's a part of me that feels like, oh my God, I have to get all the yarn right now. I'll never have this yarn again. So I'm being a little compulsive here with my buy, and I need to like slow down with it. However, I think their prices are really reasonable. You know, they might seem high at the time, but you think about a cake having over 1,000 yards in it, as the Cotton Kings Twirls Deluxe has. You only need to get one cake, and I think that the Twirls Deluxe are on sale right now for $15. So $15 for one beautiful cake of yarn, that's a pretty good deal. You know, I don't think that's very expensive at all. I think that's very fair. You can get free shipping with Hobbii if you order more than $74. So I didn't even pay shipping for any of this. And then finally, Hobbii gives you a little piece of candy, little heart shaped piece of candy in your package. I give these to my daughter because I'm not doing sugar right now, but that's very sweet of them, literally. So anyway, yeah, this is my Hobbii yarn haul. This is my first ever yarn haul. I'm not a yarn haul kind of gal, but I'm just really excited about these yarns, and I don't really have anyone in my household to be excited with me, so I figured I would share this with the world and let the yarn lovers out there find this video and geek out with me, because these yarns, I mean, look at them. Are they not beautiful or what? Yeah, and I'm particularly, yeah, I don't know which is my favorite. I love them all. I think right now I'm like really loving this bag. I'm enjoying it, the colors. But then again, I'm loving the Azurite Twirls Deluxe shawl that I'm making. If I get a good picture before I make this video, then I'll put a picture up, and maybe, I doubt it though. It's taking a little bit longer because I'm working with such a small hook, and I'm trying to slow it down a little bit and go from thicker yarns to thinner yarns back and forth so that I can avoid any kind of hand injury, because these yarns are so awesome. I'm just wanting to crochet like a mad woman, and I need to just slow down a little bit. Anyway, I hope that this video has been helpful. I hope that that you all enjoy your crocheting today. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer them. And I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. All right, until the next video, take care. Bye-bye.